me tell you why I bought the Scat Pack charger. Excuse me, I'm sick. And I haven't been able to get any content up. I'm trying to figure out this new GoPro. And everything I put up, or attempt to put up, has not been great footage, quality footage. If you don't know, if you can put the GoPro in manual mode to keep it stereo, and my issue was it kept going to wind reduction, and my voice would fade in and out, and it just sounded weird, and it was annoying to watch. So I didn't think anybody would want to watch it. And I'll tell you why I went with the charger. I have an 09 Altima that I daily drive, and it's the CVT 3.5. Good car. It's the coupe. And I thought I was having issues what I perceived to be a CVT issue, which, from what I've been reading, CVT is very expensive to fix. So I was 400 miles left with my powertrain warranty on this CVT. So when I started having issues, the car would bog down. Couldn't get any acceleration in it. I perceived it to be the CVT. It just felt like the CVT wasn't engaging. If you ever driven a CVT, it can get like that when it loses grip with the surface it's driving on, which I thought maybe it was the band slipping on the CVT. So I brought it in the Nissan on 4th of July weekend, and I needed a car because I was going on vacation, and I reserved an Altima and just wanted to keep it same size, same drivability as the car I was used to driving. So I got that car, reserved it with Enterprise, and when I went to go pick up my car in Enterprise, the rental car, after putting the Altima in the shop, they didn't have what I reserved, and they told me my car was 2 hours out. And I said, well, that's unacceptable. I made a reservation. It's 4th of July. I'm going to the beach, and you're asking me to stay 2 hours, and that would put me right in the rush hour traffic. And I said, well, you have other cars. I want another car. And he said, well, you can pick whatever you want. And I said, give me the car with the most trunk space. And I was really surprised that he started walking over to a Dodge Charger, which was an RT. And I hadn't seen the new Dodge Charger RTs. I didn't like the previous year. I'd seen them, but I didn't like the boxiness of the grille. But I was really surprised when he opened up the trunk when I had my bags, and I was like, wow. I was like, this car is huge. And then I got into the car and noticed how big it was. And he was explaining, how to start the car. And I had already started the car, and he looked at me, and the first thing I did was I took traction control off and pressed sport. And he just shook his head, and I was like, "Yeah, buddy, I've been driving a front-wheel drive car for a while." I said, "I got the insurance, I'm good." So I immediately fishtailed out of the Enterprise parking lot. I didn't expect the RT to have that much power. I mean, granted, it is a 5.7 Hemi. I was really surprised at how much torque it had, coming from a V6 Altima, which has 270 horsepower. It took my breath away of how responsive the car was, how it felt to be pushed, and the difference of it took my breath away. It was awesome to be driving in a car again, a car, because I've had muscle cars before. I had a Firebird. It just was, it was exhilarating to feel that. So I immediately went on YouTube and typed in Dodge Charger RT. I said, I'm gonna buy one of these cars. And I found RT Life, and I fell in love with Big Blue. And I really liked how his car was looking. I was initially looking for a blue RT. And my cousins were like, why would you get an RT? You don't have any kids, you make good enough money, go get a Hellcat. And I started looking at Hellcats, and the Hellcat I would have wanted would have been 70 grand, which is a lot, and a car's not a really good investment. I mean, I'm a musician, so all the room is great in these Chargers, and having a 6.2 liter supercharged 707 horsepower engine would be great as well for the fun factor, you know, get the hot rod out of my blood. But 70 grand for a car just didn't seem very practical for me at the time, and I'd never heard of a Scat Pack Charger until I went on Dodge's website, and I went, wow, what's this? The initial thing that caught me was the engine was bigger by, you know, by 0.2 liters. So I started looking at the horsepower, 485 horsepower, more above the RT, which I thought the RT was ample. And I went looking for an RT, not an RT, well, an RT Scat Pack Charger. And I found one. And I went to the dealer, and they would not deal at all with me. They just weren't very customer friendly. Like I was leaving with a car, and I don't think they believed me, or I don't know. I wanted to leave with the car, which is like the worst thing you can do for when you're shopping for a car, is to let them know you want a car bad. And this guy just wouldn't deal with me. I just happened to put in a request e-price for a Scat Pack Charger at a closer dealership that I was dealing with previously, and they came back with, I think it was $8,000 lower than the guy would deal with me at the dealership. So right then and there, I was already $8,000 into a better deal, and it was the e-price that he had confirmed with me. And I went there, and they even dealed further down lower. So I was really, really happy with the price, and that's how I got the Scat Pack. And I got everything but the Dynamics package. I really wanted the Dynamics package. I love the SRT rims, but you know what I mean? Like, I got the lane sense, I got the adaptive cruise control, which is fantastic in traffic. I got, you know, just like the little things, the illuminated cup holders, you know what I mean? And then after, you know, getting the Taser, you pretty much get a great car for the value of the money. And I've been using, whenever I'm driving on long distance, I put the eco mode on through the Taser, and I've been averaging 32, 36 miles to the gallon, as long as I can cruise and the throttle doesn't have to vary that often. If I can get my own little groove going on, the car does great. And the only thing I don't like about the car is I'm 6'1", but I wear a size 14 shoes, and my toe likes to rub up against the top of where the pedals are. I don't know if anybody else experiences that. Like, I know the one guy, the tall guy car reviews, he's well above 6'1". That is the only issue I have with this car. Like, I can't wear work boots and drive this car because the top of my toe will rub, and it will get trapped on the accelerator, which it gets quite hairy when you can't take your foot off of a 500 horsepower car. But other than that, love the car. I still daily drive my Altima to and from work. Right now it's 25 degrees out. They're brining the roads. They're expecting snow, so I'm taking it out. The car runs great, looks great. The only thing I've done appearance-wise is I got 18% all around, excluding the windshield. The tint looks great. It's black on black, so it's a head turner, and just love the car. Can't complain about anything. Gets off when I need it to. Red light camera. But yeah, can't complain about the car. Fantastic car, and I hope to update the channel with more footage, more content. And like I said, just just bought a house, like literally just driving away from the settlement. Been building a deck. It's been very busy. That's why I haven't had a lot of content on the channel, but this is like the introduction of the channel. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the car, but I will be watching. Anybody that watches I will be watching RT Life and his subscribers for tips, info, just getting ideas of what route to go down on the road on modifying the car. Definitely looking at new tires. Got to have new tires. I don't know if I'm gonna go with bigger rims, bigger tire size. Might do the 275s with a stickier compound. Just all summer tires. It'd be interesting. Excited to see where it's gonna go, where the channel's gonna go, and I'll be watching your all's channels and everything. So that's just the introduction to me and the channel. So thank you, and everybody go out there and drive your cars and enjoy, and stay safe.